So, here's the thing. This is for actors. And by actors, I mean, yes, professional actors, also students or people who teach acting or other artists in other art forms for whom narrative or character or text are things they want to get more skillful in and so on. But anyone who feels that they want to upskill in the various things that an actor needs to know. So this is for actors. I've been an actor all my life. I've prioritized other things. Not always happy about that, but I have. I've prioritized training people, directing, writing, all of those things. But I started as an actor, and always somewhere inside me I've had a sense that that's first and foremost what I am. So I'm talking to the actors now. The world of acting has changed a lot in the last while since pandemic. Everything's gone online, auditions online, teaching online, even performances online. And there's super cool things about that. There's also problems. It's very isolating. It can be hard to stay enthused when it's just you and your camera in your kitchen delivering audition after audition and then waiting for emails to come back to say yes or no. Online training, if you want any kind of one-on-one attention, is expensive because when people come to me for online training, I have to, charge them for an hour of my time for an hour of training, and that's expensive. So there's problems with the online world as well as its obvious advantages. And, the online world, you can kind of sum it up in the whole phenomenon of the self-tape. No longer going to auditions, but just setting up the camera and taping yourself and sending it in. So liberating in some ways. You can audition for things from all over the world, but so isolating too. And that isolation is a problem, isn't it? Particularly if you're doing a lot of trying to grow as an actor, and yet everything's now happening in sort of isolated spaces. Where's the community you thrive in? Where do you watch and learn from other actors? Where do you get their support? Where do you get to support other actors? Encouraging them and watching them thrive and celebrating it and knowing that they're celebrating you as you thrive. When I was a much younger actor, there was a joy in being in a room with other actors. And of course, we still sometimes do that, but it's rarer now, isn't it? So look, I've been thinking about it and I've decided to give a go to something. I'm launching an online community. I'm not launching it fully yet. I'm going to launch it fully in a few months, but I'll come to that in a moment. I'm launching an online community and I'm going to call it the Self-Tape Society, TSTS, the Self-Tape Society. And it's going to be an experiment in community, support, learning skills, and having a bit of fun online with the serious focus of helping you feel less isolated, more enthused, and giving you skills to get further in your daily acting work or growth. It'll go something like this. Every month, I'm going to give you an audition notice for a self-tape. Be very precise. The self-tape will never be longer than 2 minutes. There may be text, there may not be text. It may be an audition for theatre or cinema or a TV commercial or whatever, but you're going to get a precise brief. The mood that the director wants, the style she or he is looking for, the exact length. You can vary a few seconds either way. But in other words, you're going to have a very precise brief that you have to deliver. And towards the end of the month, you're going to put that online and allow other members of the community to observe and to feedback to you. And you're going to look at their work and observe it and feedback to them. And that's the heart of it. But that's not enough, is it? So each month there will be a theme. We might be looking at complex text or rhythms or breathing or being present or the use of gesture or silence, or one of the things that we need to get better at as we act. And each month I'm going to send you a video of a short introduction to the theme of the month. And then I'll set you a training exercise for you to play with for a few days. And then I'll set you the self-tape. You'll have a few days, film it, submit it. You'll look at other people's work. Only 4 or 5, however many are in the community, you'll only be expected to look at 4 or 5 of other people's work. And then we'll have a big get-together at the end of the month online. I'll put the video on YouTube privately afterwards for anyone who can't attend live. But we'll be that live, and we can compare notes, have discussions. You can ask me questions. You can ask each other questions. You can talk about things you discovered. We can have the equivalent of after the workshop. You go and sit and have a cup of coffee or a pint of beer with the other actors and you talk about what you learned. So that's the deal. Each month there will be a theme of the month. There will be a precise, sometimes relatively straightforward, sometimes definitely curveball self-tape. There will be a particular skill we're looking at, a training exercise to help you dig deeper into that skill. A chance to review other people's work and receive feedback on your work. That feedback will be unconditionally supportive. That's one of the rules of the community. And then a chance to get together and have a conversation. Now, I'm hoping that's enough for people to feel that they are connecting with each other, not so much that it just becomes a pain in the ass because you've got so much else to do. Now, as I said, I'm not launching this for a few months yet, but I am looking right now for some founder members. To get founder members, I'm offering a subscription much lower than it would later be. The subscription at the moment is under $15 a month, £14.95 a month, pounds a month. It'll be more than that when I launch the community in its sort of final proper version. But if you join as a founder member, we're going to have 3 months to go through the processes and to explore them and to have a different theme a month, different self-tape a month and all that. And then when I launch the full thing, if you choose to stay, you'll still pay the same low subscription that you pay now. In fact, you'll always pay that same low subscription for as long as you choose to stay a member. So although new people will have to pay quite a lot more, you won't. You'll stick at the low level. And I want to explore whether the structure works. Is it enough to build a community? Should there be more? I want to hear from you as actors. What else you might want? I mean, what do you want? Do you want guest teachers? I was talking to another friend of mine yesterday who's a wonderful performer about this whole idea, and she was talking about guest teachers, and I was going, yeah, that could be great. Bring in experts from other areas. What else do you want? Do you want more work, less work? Do you want t-shirts? I don't know. What do we need to do to help the community live and be vibrant? What's not negotiable is that I'm going to ask you to be active. You don't get to just consume things, not bother to make the self-tapes and somehow think that's okay. Communities are active. You'll get out what you put in, pretty much. I'm going to ask you for feedback, ask you for ideas. I'm inviting you along at the start of something new. I'm pretty excited about it. And yeah, I'd love you to come along. I'm not spreading this invitation very widely at the moment. And if you want to respond now, because I'm only keeping the doors open for about 10 days to founder members, because in 10 days, I'll close the doors, whoever's there, and we've got 2 weeks to set up, the logistics of how it's done. It's going to be super simple. At the moment, until I sort of see what's working and what isn't, we'll be working on WhatsApp and Zoom. That's it, dead simple. But you've only got till mid-May to sign up for that. After that, you'll never get a chance to be a founder member again. Then around August, September, we'll launch the full community. And who knows what happens after that. So here we go. The Self-Tape Society, TSTS, to build skills, to build connection, to end isolation and disillusionment and that gradual diminishing of self-belief when it's just you alone in your room with a camera and all of that stuff. To build enthusiasm, passion, and, because I actually think this is pretty important, to build great artists who can make great art and make the world a much, much, much better place. If you're interested, dead simple, send me a message. Say, I'm interested, and I'll send you a message back and we'll take it from there. Hey, thanks for listening to this. I hope to hear from you soon.